499.
Good day, viewers, and welcome to today's Sports Wrap Show. I'm your host, Ashwin Betty, here to unpack the latest sports news. With that, let's get into the hit list. Today, the Namibia Sports Commission announced that it received 1.05 million Namibian dollars from the Ministry of Sport, Youth and National Service to settle outstanding financial rewards owed to athletes and coaches as per the country's policy. The money has already been disbursed to the athletes and coaches' accounts as early as this morning, the NSC said. The 2022 Commonwealth Games team got an allocation of 260,000 Namibian dollars. The Special Olympics Summer Games team received 275,000, while the 2023 Paris Para World Championships participants got 410,000 Namibian dollars for their efforts. The African Beach Games winners were also among the recipients, getting a collective 100,000 Namibian dollars.
Unfortunately, when it comes to this kind of things, the reward process, you are defeating the real purpose, because ultimately you are denying those athletes that are deserving to be part of this opportunity to get the rewards that they deserve. So we really just want to encourage. We are not there to police individuals, but the Sports Act and the sports regulations is the law of this land. And if as a Namibian, a loving Namibian as we are, and we love our country, we need to respect our own national laws. Just to appeal to our federation, please, we are always here. We don't want to police you, but make the right thing. Apply for your national colors. It also goes with other events, because the sports awards that we have and celebrate here, it's one of those reward process where we reward our athletes. So if you are not asking for national colors, you are literally denying your athletes not to participate in these events at the end of the day. Before I give to the media, let me just invite the federations to just give a few words of appreciation on your feeling on behalf of the federation. Let me start with athletics.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
You can just introduce yourself as well.
My name is Isaskar Bok. I am the representative of Athletics Namibia. This is very good occasion, a very auspicious occasion, whereby we've witnessed that we've been rewarded with a grant. With this much, we can do a lot, and we are so much grateful for the ministry, obviously, and also the Sports Commission for also inviting us and thinking of the athletes at large. So thank you so much. We really appreciate the help.
Thank you, Mr. Bok. Mr. President, Karate? Apologies.
My name is Carl van Merwe. I'm representing the Namibia Karate Federation, and I want to thank the Sports Commission and the Ministry for this award. We know how hard our students work, our participants work, and this is just to help them, because the financial cost is extremely expensive to participate in Africa because of the US dollar exchange rates. So this will definitely help our people with that. Thank you very much.
Indeed, it will go along. My brother, say something from Para. You are representing Para today.
Oh yeah, so 410,000 athletes have won. Your coaches.
So my name is Daniel. I'm representing Paralympics, and I just want to give out a huge thank you to the Ministry and the Sports Commission I think it's very important for the athletes to feel recognized and rewarded. And yeah, thank you very much.
The MTC Namibia Netball Premier League 2023 concludes this weekend at the Khomasdal Netball Courts in Windhoek. 12 clubs will gather in the capital as the second leg of netball action concludes their scheduled fixtures. Matches this season have been played in several regions to give supporters a chance to see the top clubs' players in action. The president of Netball Namibia, Rebecca Khomasdal, says the approach to take the game to the people has been a success and they want to do more of that. Speaking of this weekend's clashes, she reckons the race at the top between Namibia Correctional Services and Namibian Navy could boil down to goal difference. It will be tough as the bottom clubs will also be fighting for survival. This will be the last sponsorship of the league by corporate company MTC. We have been grateful our coaches have been exposed to more opportunities, umpires have been improving, and the players put their best with the support of MTC, said Khomasdal. Zoom In is up next after the break. In Zoom In, Brian Munango and Javon Wilson from JSB Sports Betting discuss past results in the English Premier League and talk about the Rugby World Cup that starts tomorrow with hosts France taking on New Zealand's All Blacks.
Well, we are back with another thrilling where we break down football, where we talk about rugby, where we talk about sports, where we talk about JSB Sports Betting. And I am joined by none other than Javon Wilson. How are you doing, brother man?
Glad to be back. I'm doing very well. Yourself?
Can't complain. I think I'm not too bad. I just don't. What were your thoughts on the Manchester United game? Is a 3-1 a fair reflection of how the game went, or do you feel like the game could have ended in another way?
Yeah, personally, to me, fine margins. Game could have ended either way. Mm-hmm. I don't think the 3-1 is a representation of the entire match. Yeah. I think it was a close game. If Garnacho's goal stood, if we got a penalty there with Holland, then matters would have been different. But yeah, all credit to Arsenal, to the Arsenal at the Emirates. We haven't beaten them in quite some time now.
It's been a long time now. I think 2017, 2018.
At the Emirates.
At the Emirates, it's been a long time.
But we are thrilled to welcome them to the Theatre of Dreams next time around.
Let them come around next season. Not next season, but the second half of the league.
Yeah.
The cameo we saw of Rasmus Højlund. What are your thoughts on him? What do you think? Do you think he should start he should start the next game, or should we still play him in every now and then?
As I said, I predicted him to be in the squad. 100% he's starting against Brighton when we return from the international break. It's promising, it's exciting. I think he brings a lot of energy to the side. I think Martial lacks that confidence now at the moment. You can see he's very lackluster, not really doing much to the team.
Yeah.
So I can definitely see him starting probably Amrabat as well.
Amrabat. Oh, shout out to Amrabat. We actually got him now.
Yeah.
I'm glad we have him. So hopefully now things can change in midfield. But I don't think Brighton is a good game to come back after the international break. I think you should get like a Luton Town, or because you know Brighton, you know the football those guys.
Yeah, look, I hear you. I mean, they had an outstanding match against Newcastle, very well organized. But considering coming back at the Theatre of Dreams, Old Trafford, I mean, we need those 3 points.
We need to win that game.
Yeah, it's a must win.
Well, this weekend, JSB Sports Betting is not this weekend. Let's start even with today. I mean, we have the international qualifiers. We have Rugby World Cup that's starting. We have the US Open, the semi-finals, like you said earlier. There's just a lot going on. But before we do get into that, let's talk about your weekend predictions from last weekend. Let's take a look at what you made for those picks. How do you feel about the 8.5?
8.5. I'll take it. I mean, I actually moved up on the log a couple.
You only got 4 wrong, right? Not too bad, eh?
Yeah.
No exacts.
Yeah, no exact. I mean, obviously the United game, as I said earlier on, I'm not going to touch on that. It could have gone either way.
Okay.
Newcastle, quite surprising. I mean, they're playing Champions League. They have a tough group.
I think that's that's the toughest group.
Yes.
That has to be the toughest group.
It's quite surprising if they want to compete there.
Then they need to step up.
Just shows you credit to Brighton, man. They're playing outstanding at the moment, in top form. Spurs, Son with a hat-trick there. I predicted a tight game. It's far from it. At least our brother Lyle Foster scored one there again.
Shout out to him, representing South Africa very well.
Yes. What else? West Ham, that was predictable to them to win that match. Draw for Everton, Sheffield, I got that, but not exact. Brentford, I was quite surprised there.
Chelsea, let's talk about Chelsea and not.
Chelsea was the upset of the weekend. I mean, if you look at the Soccer 13, no one won the Soccer 13 on Saturday.
Because look, who could have thought?
Yeah,
at the Stamford Bridge.
Game that threw everyone out.
Wow. Okay, well, 8.5, not too bad. I mean, you went up now sitting at the 64th position.
Yeah.
64th, 65th. Not too bad, not too bad. I'm sitting at 27th. We're not going to talk about my results for now. Let's leave that. Let's talk about the Rugby World Cup. This is now for people who want to join up with JSB Sports Betting. I mean, we have the EPL Predictor campaign going on, but for now we are on a break. It's 2 weeks, no Premier League football till next week only. So for now we focus on what we have, which is the Rugby World Cup. And as you can see, let's take a look at the fixtures that we have going on there. Starting off with the big match on Friday. Secondly ranked France. Is it secondly or firstly? No, thirdly ranked France against fourthly ranked New Zealand All Blacks. I just want to get your opinion before we dive into that one. Let's take a look at Saturday's fixtures first. I mean, we have the big game there at 1 o'clock, early kickoff that we see Namibia taking on Italy. Ireland, who are the best team in the world right now, ranked first, take on Romania. I see a young 70-0 there at least. Australia take on Georgia. Georgia, another weak team, another 40-50 there. England take on Argentina. That could be a tough one.
Very nice game.
And then moving on quickly to Sunday, Japan take on Chile. Last World Cup was hosted in Japan. I think Japan played in the semi-finals. They made it all the way to the semi-finals. Springboks have a tough challenge against the Scots, and then Wales take on Fiji. So definitely just let the people know JSB Sports Betting, where they can find the games. I mean, all the odds are already there. So yeah.
Yeah, so we do bet on the Rugby World Cup. We encourage everyone that's 18 and over to sign up with jsbsports.bet, at jsbsports.bet. And then, yeah, put in a punt there, you never know. I mean, exciting odds there. Outrights at the moment are outstanding for which country to win the World Cup. So, yeah, I mean, we have exciting games coming ahead. As you said, international qualifiers as well.
Yeah.
And we have the US Open. I think some interesting matches there as well. I think Alcaraz is playing Medvedev.
Okay.
And Shelton against Djokovic. I think it's exciting semifinals. Could be Alcaraz and Djokovic final on Sunday. Yeah. And then also I think Coco is playing Muchova or something like that. It looks like a likely Sabalenka and Coco final on Saturday. So we bet on that as well. So have a punt there, make some money, and we wish you all the best of luck.
Like Javon said, Javon knows a lot about tennis. I'm not well equipped about that. But Javon, give me your prediction before you do leave, give me your prediction for the opening match that plays tomorrow. That's where we see France taking on the All Blacks.
Look, it's going to be very difficult for the All Blacks, especially at the home stadium. The French are going to be loud and they're going to be in full support. However, it's the All Blacks. We all know. I think the All Blacks could just edge it. I think it will be a close game, up to 5 to 7 points difference there. But I'm backing the All Blacks to come away with a win.
Backing All Blacks to come away with a win. You know, I always go with countries who host. Opening matches are always different to the whole tournament. So I'm going to go straight forward and say France is beating the All Blacks. I'm confidently saying this. I'm saying at least a young 25-12, 23-13 type of vibe. But I'm saying France is winning the opening match.
Okay, it's a bet. It's a bet between the two of us.
Okay, well, that's all that we have for you for this one today. But make sure you do stay tuned. Like Javon said, tune into JSB. And we will be, ongezien mensen only replying. People are not replying to our responses. We will be choosing people at random. And we will be funding your accounts JSB Sports accounts if you are in the top 10 or so. But just make sure that you do stay tuned to our social media platforms and that you do check out the description in the link in the description below. Sorry for that. But that's all that we do have for you today. But please do stay tuned.
You know, last week when Javon said he thought Manchester United would beat Arsenal 3-0 at Arsenal's home, I also assumed that he thought there would be snow in Namibia. Spotify is after the break.
Spring into savings at Vurman Brock. Get 1.5 kg Real Good Mixed Chicken for $64.99. 5 kg Champion Super Maize for $54.99. 1 liter First Choice UHT milk for $19.99. 1 liter Nam milk or Maire or Oshikandela for $26.99. Plus 2 kg Nga hand washing powder for $38.99. Visit VurmanBrock.com to see our full range of spring specials at WB. We care.
The school's rugby season reaches an exciting climax this weekend with all finals of the Standard Bank Age Leagues being played at the Hage Geingob Stadium. On late Friday afternoon from 16:40, the bronze final of the Under-19 Super League will be played between the two semi-finalists eliminated last weekend. Soccerbond's PSG Pro Ed Academy's first team was overran 12-39 by the Schoolmen's Group Windhoek Gymnasium Lions last Friday night. Now, the Coastal team, who reached the Super League semi-final for the first time in their history, will aim to set a new benchmark in the bronze final against Otterhouse Windhoek Affis. Affis gave another typically determined performance in going down 31-36 against Samsung Windhoek High School in an action-packed semi-final last weekend. Affis key players such as Vliehoff van der Merwe Tromp, who scored 3 tries, and forwards Delano van der Berg, Walter Otto and captain Ben Berger have all been in great form this season and underlined their potential to influence the outcome of a match. The final will take place on Saturday at the Hage Geingob Stadium as Windhoek Gymnasium's Lions take on Windhoek High School's Kudus. Let's take a look at how both teams progressed in the semi-finals.
En daar kom nog 'n 3 Ourentie waar
skop wat reg wip vir Windhoek Gymnasium, so Rame Kambombo voluit op 'n lopie en 'n 3 in die hoekie. Nou Karugap wat daar Shaim Karugap
hou hom in die lug. Hy uitgerek, uitgestrek.
Baie maklik gewen het, maar hulle het ook in hulle liga wedstryd verloor teen WAS, so WAS sal baie selfvertroue hê. Ek dink ons is in vir 'n baie opwindende eindstryd wat miskien al kan wipplank ry en WAS wat alles hulle agter. Jy kan hulle nooit afskryf nie. Ek dink dit gaan 'n baie opwindende finaal wees wat ons op hande het.
Ja, as die bevestiging nou van die eindtelling 39-12 is waar op die telbord staan. Windhoek Gymnasium die oorwinnaars teen Proet. Van wie kom hy nou vorentoe van Wyk. En as die eindste van 'n Merwe Trompie loskakel en wat nog 'n keer senter toe en as die linkervleuel Jurgen Meyer en hy druk Windhoek Hoërskool en dan word 'n man nie gekeer nie, hy laag daar deurgeduik. Laag daar, dan kyk hy links en dan gee hy lang aangee daar na die binnekant en kom nog 'n skepskop. En hy lyk gaan hy hierdie keer slaag. Ja, hierdie keer kom hy deur en hy druk hom nou.
Rugby World Cup starts tomorrow, and Le Rugby Joe is here to take you through the paces, and we'll also be bringing you some stories directly from France. Before today, Namibian national rugby team coach Alistair Coetzee has high hopes ahead of the World Cup in France, stating that his team has adapted well to the training ground in a different country. Here is what he said from France.
It's been a really good week of preparation. I'm very satisfied with where we are as a team. To get to the new country, to adapt to where we train, it's gone really, really well. Players have worked hard this week. Everyone is excited to play the first test match at the World Cup. We finished our Thursday training session. We're off to St. Etienne, our match venue, where we will have our final sort of fine-tuning to our captains tomorrow. So yes, boys can't wait to start. It's a big excitement building, and we're happy with where we are as a team, and hopefully come Saturday the boys can fire.
This month on DStv Premium, the English Premiership is in full swing. Catch all the footballing action.
He's done it again!
Damian Lewis and Guy Pearce star in A Spy Among Friends, a thrilling limited series about a double agent.
Espionage going to be intoxicating.
And relive the masterful comedy of Key and Peele with both season 1 and 2.
You're feeling it!
It's your moment to be entertained by staying connected to DStv Premium.
How do you find the perfect time? Is it in what we create? Or is perfection a form of art? Can we taste the perfect time? Move to it. Feel it. Or is it best enjoyed together? The perfect time is out there. Come with us to find it. Windhoek Draft. Perfect time, perfect beer.
All right, let's go globe-trotting. Messi, Haaland and Bonmati lead Ballon d'Or nominees. Lionel Messi and Erling Haaland are among the leading contenders to win this year's men's Ballon d'Or, while Spain World Cup star Tiana Bonmati leads the nominees announced on Wednesday for the women's prize. Messi, who recently left Paris Saint-Germain for Inter Miami, is in with a chance of succeeding Karim Benzema and winning the Ballon d'Or for the 8th time in his remarkable career after leading Argentina to World Cup glory in Qatar last year. Haaland may be his main rival for the prize after scoring 52 goals in 53 games to help Manchester City win the treble of Champions League, Premier League and FA Cup last season. The Norway striker last week won the UEFA Player of the Year award for last season. PSG's Kylian Mbappe and Haaland's City teammate Kevin De Bruyne also feature among the 30 nominees for the prize, and the winner of which will be announced at a ceremony in Paris on October 30. Now, Italy have brought in English-born lock Dino Lamb and prop Danilo Fischetti to their starting rugby team for the World Cup Pool A clash against Namibia in St. Etienne on Saturday. The only changes from their final warm-up with win over Japan last month. Coach Kieran Crowley has selected an otherwise settled side that sees Paulo Habisi at fly-half, Tommaso Allen in full-back position, and livewire wing Ange Capuoto as part of the attacking backline selection. Now, Montana Ioane, who scored a hat-trick of tries in the 42-21 victory over Japan, keeps his place with loose forward Michel Lamaro to captain the side. Lamb has replaced Nicolo Canone, who is not on the matchday 23, while Fischetti comes in for Ivan Nema. The latter has dropped to the bench. 5 of the team played against Namibia in the 2019 World Cup, where Italy ran out 47-22 in the first game of the tournament for both sides in Japan. We have prepared very well for this match, Crowley said. There is energy in the team for our World Cup debut. The focus will be on our performance and the next match. That brings us to the end of today's show. Sport Wrap will be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Cheers.